4 or 6-seater. Did I meet you the other day? Did I meet you coming down the road? You got one of those little family cars? This coming down the road, this person,
And we
I
are,
looked at this and it was something familiar about
we're
it.
getting ready to be on here.
Thought it was you.
We going live.
What time is it? What is it, a four-wheeler?
Good evening. I am now going to call to order the Winterville Human Relations Board meeting for Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. Can I ask Councilwoman Robertson to please give us the invocation, and immediately following, we will do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we give thanks. We give thanks for you providing us with this wonderful opportunity to come together to offer something for our community. That the things that we do, the words we say, and the events that we plan all be for the building of our community. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone to our October meeting for the Winterville Human Relations Board. Mr. Harvey, are there any excused absences?
There were none brought to my attention.
Thank you. At this time, we do have a quorum, and we will proceed with our meeting. Our alternate member, Dr. Daniels, have not arrived, but we still have a quorum. So I'm going to move on and seek a motion for approval of the agenda. The agenda, if you want to take a few seconds to read through it, if you see any errors or anything that should have been added, please note that. If you don't see anything, I will seek a motion for approval.
I motion to approve the agenda.
We have a motion to approve the agenda by Ms. Roach. Can we have a second?
A second.
We have a second by our Vice Chair Carmen. Can I have a vote on the motion and the second to approve the agenda? By show of hands. And that is a unanimous vote. Thank you. Moving on. The next item is an approval of the minutes, and these minutes are reflective of our September meeting. So if the board would like to take a moment to review the minutes, and then I will be seeking a motion to approve the minutes.
I would like to make a motion that the minutes be approved.
We have a motion made by Mrs. Gregory to approve the minutes. Can we have a second, please?
I second.
And we have it seconded by Mrs. Roach. Can we have a show of hands in agreement with the motion and second made? And that is unanimous again. Thank you. Um, and so now we're moving on to old business. And the first item comes with an attachment, board members, and that is following the minutes, and it is the America 250 writing contest. Can we have our liaison, Councilwoman Robertson, expound on the attachment, please?
In your packet, you'll have information about this this poetry contest, the objectives of it, what at the bottom I scratched in the prizes. And today he sent me another email. I don't know, did we get that one in, Don? Okay. Yeah, I know it was late when I got it to you, but in that. Mhm. Uh, It ties into the money, how much money that's needed. I think it was about 6,000, and he already has a commitment for about he already has a commitment for a 40, I think it was 4,600. The things that he's asking for: active participation from local government, financial support, as about 60% of funding is already pledged, but we're seeking help with a portion of the prize money. A large poster printing for about 30 selected works, and poster framing for the exhibition, a venue for the award ceremony and exhibition. They would appreciate support in securing judges for the contest and volunteers to assist with event preparation. And he is going to the Greenville, Pitt County Human Relations, Greenville Human Relations Board. He's going to them to ask them for their support. But the prizes are listed. Samples of what the, of the thing, the simple picture, a moment of the spirit, deep meaning, strength, simple, creative, and open to everyone. And you see, we got the one with the Liberty Bell, Martin Luther King. Those are examples of the poetry. You asked for more detailed information, and that is the contest. I don't think it, let's see, do I have dates? I don't know if the dates have been set yet due to trying to get involvement from Greenville and everything, but and also getting the judges in line, who will judge and what the criteria will be. If someone on this board would like to volunteer to serve in the capacity of a judge or, let's see, for the contest or volunteer, help with the contest, I would be glad to pass your name on, or you can use the email that you got in your the email. It gives you a link to by young lady. So that's the contest. And
I have a question in terms of, they said that the contest is open to everyone. So I guess I would ask Mr. Lee, how could that be measurable if it's open to everyone? For example, a 5-year-old or just you in kindergarten and a poem from a seasoned 30-year-old. How does that work in terms of measure and category? that is a very important question when you're in a contest as such.
I think that would be set probably, there are probably things that have to be ironed out about the contest by the judges prior to, the contest. We realize that a young person may not feel the same about things, or even, have the vocabulary that an older person would have to describe something. But anyway, this is the contest, and of course, he's asking for those things, our financial support, participation by local government. That means that we're going to really get the word out. We're going to really get out and work to try to get some interest from our community and somewhere to have the ceremony and exhibition of the works. I don't know if we could, as far as a venue, I don't know if we could provide, because it would need to be a space big as this or more and secure. But anyway, we could provide some judges and we could provide volunteers. Those are things that we could do. We could support them financially. It's up to the board.
In addition to that question, prior to any discussion about monies, the donations, is there a base donation? Like, is there at least $100? Is there a base donation? And my second question is this, I guess, specifically for Pitt County, or is this just for Pitt County, as well as the base donation? And then once we know that, we could kind of, have more of a discussion. But then also, back to my first question, just with the preliminaries of the judges getting their formal, like, gauging of how they're going to judge, that's going to help in promoting this. Because if we're promoting it, those same questions I had are going to be, and I know Buying Lee probably might have more, but that would just help me in, okay, I'm supporting this, but I don't know how you're going to measure the ages. I don't know the base donation. I don't, like, that's just, but I do appreciate the additional information, because it lets us know the purpose, it lets us know the objectives, but in terms of the contest itself, that was just my question.
It, on the page it says, what is a DICA form, I guess. It talks about that it's a nationwide creative project celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States. It combines photography with a poem of 5 lines of fuel. It records the nation's history, culture, and communities in a uniquely artistic way and preserves these memories for future generations. It's centered in Pitt County and Greenville. The contest seeks to engage participants across the country, spread educational, culture, and healing values. It goes on to talk about other things with it. I am impartial to it. I'm very much in favor of it. I'm very much in, and I will, as a private citizen, I have the right to say this. I am very much in favor of it. I would like to see our Human Relations Board partner with the Pitt County Board, and especially with Greenville, to participate with this. Financial donation is open, so I think that whatever you give is appreciated. If you choose not to do it, of course, that's something else. But I do feel that this is something that would bring our gift status to our Human Relations Board. That's it.
Anybody else from the board have any discussion or conversation about it? But I still have questions that I will pose to Buying Lee, because I want full clarity in my delivery to others about the contest.
I think my question would be, where are these, forms gonna be submitted? As well as, I guess, the dates of submission?
All of these things will happen in the new year.
Okay,
They will happen in the new year.
okay.
At one point, he was saying somewhere around April, and then finalizing it somewhere after that. So it's a while before it gets to that point.
So if we're, if the question is who's in favor of supporting it, of course, if, more people need more information, that's fine. I mean, I'm in favor of us supporting it somehow, even if it's volunteering, being a judge, I'm willing to do that if anyone else is also. So I guess the question would be, are we in favor of supporting it? And I am.
I'm definitely in favor of supporting it, but I do have the same question as Ms. Hawkins. Since it is nationwide, is it actually nationwide, or are we supporting just, is this for a Pitt County level? Because it does say nationwide, but that's okay
Yeah.
too, but I'm definitely in favor of supporting it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, centered in Pitt County and Greenville, but the contest is nationwide. So my question is, the art that is submitted, will that just be specific to Pitt County, or will this then go on to other states or regional? Or is this just a part of the nationwide project, but we're doing the contest solely here in Pitt County? That's.
I'm led to believe that this is a Pitt County contest. It may tie into
A
a
national.
nationwide contest, because we were talking about exhibiting the entries and stuff, and finding a place to exhibit them. We just were brainstorming places.
So it's
that
very
could be.
possible that the winner from Pitt County, if there is one, can
If
go
there is
on.
one to go into
to-
nationwide.
Okay, all right, that
Oh,
answers
gotcha.
that question as well.
But I think this also would fulfill a need in our community to celebrate that 250, contest. It would kind of get it going and everything before school gets out.
I would love to volunteer. Put my name down now.
Well, I prefer that you contact, you're gonna get an email, if you haven't gotten it, as soon as he gets a chance this week, he's gonna send you an email directly from Mr. Lay. And that way, he would be able to have your contact information and everything. So if you're willing to volunteer, I even suggest, now, this is just my suggestion to him. How many of you been into the, what is it? The place in Rocky Mount Convention Center, the new convention center. You know how that on the walls, you remember? On the walls, they have pictures of different people from Edgecombe County. And they have a write-up about them, like Luther Barnes, people that have excelled. And I even threw that out to him. I said, our convention center has nothing on the wall. That would be an opportunity to, but, that was just a suggestion. Of course, he probably didn't listen to it, but, it would be nice to have something like that. Or even here, we could display maybe the winners, the people who submitted from Winterville, and everything. So, anyway, but I do appreciate your attention to it.
And then one of my last questions is there a limit of submissions? Like, can we just in Winterville have, like, I don't know if there's a limit. We don't want to have a lot of people submitting and don't know the limit. And of course, some of these questions can be forwarded to Byron Lee, but I just wanted to make that,
Why would they, I'm asking this, why would we limit the submissions from our town? Why would we want to?
No, my question was, is there a limit? I didn't say
You
it
know,
would be limited. I would like to know prior to sharing information, not to say we are, but if you have 50, 60, or 100 submissions and Greenville has them, it gotta be a limit somewhere. So my question is, would there be a limit?
I think he'd be glad. He would really be glad if there were that many submissions. If I were running this kind of contest, I would be really happy if that many people took the interest and the time
Well, when
to
you
do
look at the
something like
prize
this.
money, you never know. It's
Yeah.
$1,000, 500, 200, you know, and then if you submit this to schools, you're gonna have a lot of submissions. So when you have a contest of monetary value, you're gonna tie some type of limit to it. So that is just something I'll ask him along the way.
But I doubt if there is. I'm quite sure. But, you know, of course, you can get directions straight from the horse's mouth. It's all right to ask questions and get answers to them.
So if we want to support, we definitely want to support by volunteering. I think this is an amazing contest, including, I guess, identifying some major memorabilia or memories or historical factors. And if the board want to discuss monies donated, my suggestion, since it's 250 years, would be $250. And that's just mine, but because we have a budget that we have to go on until next July.
And I do have one question about the finances. So looking at the grand prize total is under what he's trying to raise. Is that gonna be allotted for what, venue purposes, things like that?
Oh, other prizes.
Okay, so there's
It's-
gonna be
it's,
other prizes.
It's
besides-
1,000 grand prize, but, I did not write down how many
Okay,
other
okay,
prizes there
Okay.
were. Couldn't catch it. He
okay,
was going through.
all right.
And you see there's a $200 Excellence Award,
Mhm.
and the $500 Best Award. I think those two, there were more than one prize. I know in the $200, it was more than one prize.
Because the total says 6,000.
Right, that was the total
So
he
it's gonna
gave
be
us,
several.
$6,000.
It's right here.
And you're talking about 60% of that already.
So y'all already have about.
That's what it said, that he'd
$4,700.
already had pledges for 60%, so, what, $3,600? Close, it's over half of it, so about 3,600. He's already got, so you're talking about him raising 3,600, and he's going to the city of Greenville also.
Mr. Bottoms, did you have any questions or discussion about this project?
No, ma'am, I support it, and I agree with the 250%. We're going to support the program.
No other discussion? I'd like to ask for a motion from one of the board members for the monetary donation to the 250, American 250 project.
I motion to donate $250 project.
I second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion made by Mrs. Roach for the monetary donation of $250 to the America 250 project. We have it seconded by Mr. Bottoms. Can I have a show of hand in favor of this motion? And we have a unanimous vote in favor of the motion. So Councilwoman Robertson, we will, I guess, would you be the one sharing that with Mr. Bingley, that we are going to donate for?
I'm fine either way.
Can
It's
you
fine.
please?
You can do that, and you know, those who want to volunteer,
Would just add.
and what you want to volunteer for. I'm quite sure he'd be glad. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good. Councilwoman Robertson, the next item on old business is Black History Month program plan. Is that about Mr. Teal?
Now, the Pitt County Human Relations Board is doing a program, I say, is tentatively doing a program for Mr.
Mhm.
Thiel. The holdup right now on that program is that they have been, the case that was brought says, what's his name? Harry Teal and et al., ETL, you
Right.
know. In legal terms, that means there were other people in
Right.
that suit. So that, right now, you know, you think about the government being shut down and what it does, how it affects you. Right now, due to the government being shut down, they cannot get into, the attorney cannot get into the federal court system to find out who the other people were on the case. Because it's closed, you know, it's shut down because of, you know, the federal stuff. But it is planned for February. We discussed proclamation from the county commissioners. We discussed just having like a reception right in our meeting. But originally, the original plan was to have a reception for him and the et al. People, whoever they are,
Right.
when they find out who they are, at the new center in Government Circle, you know, the river. And that was the original plan that they had. And I did not write down, I wrote it down in February, but I did not write down the date of it because they have reserved the center. But then these other ideas came up. But it is going to be in February, and it will celebrate him. And y'all know why, right? He was, his case,
No, ma'am. Are we talking about Emmett Till?
we're talking about Harry Till.
Harry Till.
They brought a suit against the school system to integrate schools. I don't know, it had to been before, you know, way back, you know, back during the time. Well, you know, it took Pitt County schools 12 years to integrate schools. I was born in 1955. I graduated from all-black high school in 1970. And we know Brown versus Board of Education was 1954. I was 2 years old, but I graduated from a segregated school here in Pitt County. So his name was on the suit to integrate schools here in Pitt County, and that's why they're honoring him at Black History Month. I know that right here in our community, you know, Matt Nelson usually spearheads a Black History program right here in our community, and the churches usually, you know, do a little something. We really don't have I would say, dedicated Black History program from the town of Winterville. Everything else is individual. Churches have their Sundays, and she's been heading up that program along with the Historical Society for a couple of years now, and it's been very successful.
Can you give me her name again?
Matt Nelson. Matt the Jesus.
Matt the Jesus.
Matt the
Okay, 'cause
Jesus,
I
yeah.
said Matt Nelson. Okay.
I say Matt Nelson
Okay.
because her sister and I graduated my school together.
Okay.
But she does have she usually has a pretty good program with her Trailblazers and what is it?
Madam Chair,
Huh?
at the last meeting, we said it was February 17th or 24th. So those two dates were discussed at the, pulling that from the minutes of the last meeting.
Is that the 17th or the 24th? Is that us having a tentative meeting that we pencil in via roadmap or Mr. T?
It was from Mr.
Yes.
Teals.
Yep. Thank you.
And the charter schools partnered with it last year, so we'll see. Get with her, see what her plans are for this year, or either are you gonna do it? I guess it would be, do you want to do an individual, separate program, or do you want to partner with her? And that would
Vice
be.
Chair, maybe, speak to the program that we had planned for last February, Black History Program, It's a Love Thing. We had to stop it. Can you elaborate on that and what we went through to do it? Unfortunately, my mother passed away. She was, you know, we couldn't push through with it, but we worked hard on it. You want to elaborate? Let the board hear.
As far as us planning or just?
Yeah, as far as, we were putting together a Black History program to be held in the community room.
Yes.
It's a Love thing, and we were going to highlight some people here in the community and share our love for them, share our love of Black history, Black culture, and it's a love thing. I do not have the framework of it in front of me, but as we were discussing, like a tentative program, Vice Chair and I, we were moving forward with it, and we postponed it like a week, like a week or so before we launched it.
I think it was a few last minute things that,
Mhm.
we weren't able to take care of, at that time, so I think that was the only reason why we didn't see it through.
Yeah.
So is that something that I would like to see?
I think it's a good idea for us to explore just a Black History program here in Winterville. It's a love thing, with the love of our culture, our languages, our music, dance, and such. And then if, because Miss T. Jesus was mentioned, and she also does the Trailblazers of Winterville, perhaps she can collaborate with us, because she did want to be a part of the It's a Love thing. But she had planned something over at the charter school, and she couldn't make it to both. I think they landed on the same day. It was like on the same Saturday. So prospectively, we could, while we're talking about it, we could maybe tie things together next month, because February is still some ways away. But I would be remiss not to mention that the Human Relations Board was in fact planning a It's a Love Thing Black History program.
It's, check with Camilla King. Good Hope is planning a banquet, like, really thing at the country club. That's being planned
For Black History?
for February. It's some kind of sweetheart thing. So we could kind of, since we know that that's already being planned, we could go around there. And always the end of the month is, February. Everybody's trying to do everything. To stay up in the month,
We
it's
will
always better.
inquire, yeah, we can inquire with them what they're doing and see if our vision matches theirs. And then in the meantime, the board, if you have any ideas or whatever you think our Human Relations Board might want to manifest in a Black History program, maybe we can bring that back next month. Thank you, Councilwoman Robertson. Did you have anything to add to the Mr. Teal's program or anything else in terms of Black History Month?
I don't have anything to add. I would make sure I would get to Don, and I'll make sure you all were invited, just to get a head count of how many people would be there. But right now, like I said, it's kind of going back and forth. The county person is Kim Moody that lives right here in Winterville. She's the contact person.
And then just wanted to mention, I know it was at Alt L, and so it was additional people in the suit. I know Mr. Teal is of a capacity where he can remember. I don't know if he has a case file on it or he has information on it. That's just a wonder. And I know somebody from the Pitt County Human Relations Board.
They
That is
they have
Alton.
Alton. Yeah,
helping with
he's
it.
working with them.
Yes.
And Mary's working with him.
Mm-hmm.
Mary, of course, is his county commissioner.
Yeah.
She's working with him.
Yeah.
And there's a person on the board, I should know his name. He actually knows the lawyer or the lawyer's family. and he's gonna ask them if they have any records on it, as far as naming the other plaintiffs in that case, to see, just because it was such a big case, that maybe that lawyer kept it and got the names on it, and everything. I wonder who's, well, anyway. But, it's interesting, the things that we've, been doing with that, the history behind it anyway. So, his name? Harry.
Harry?
Harry Teal. That's what I hear, Harry Teal. So I'm assuming that's really his name. But he was here, you remember when we had what was it?
We were touring, we had a forum, a listening session. That was I don't know if it was the beginning or March or April of year before last, but we had, where we were going around, and when we came to Winterville, he did come, he did speak. I have one of his cards. He wants to talk about it. He wants to share that information.
Because I made sure that he shared it, because I think it's important. It's important enough in our history to know about it. And when you can see living history, that's very impressive.
Yes.
He was,
All right. Oh, yeah, please. Is there any more discussion
got the
on the
date?
Black History information share?
Just so I'm clear, this Black History program.
that's what they're talking about.
I think so. I think it is. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she wants to bring that up.
Okay.
If there's no more
That's the problem.
discussion, we're going to move on to new business. And that is the budget status. And I believe we have in our packet budget as well as some receipts of expenditures thus far.
Madam Chair, the first page there shows the balance as of today, but I added those other expenditures because they are not included. They had not processed through the system yet, so they aren't reflected on your balance sheet there.
Gotcha.
And those were just the last couple things that were purchased and or in the process in the last probably week or so. I think that part of the reason is they were put on a credit card, and it takes us a little bit longer to get into and through the system.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. So with the total, then I guess if we wanted to get a definitive total of our budget, we could deduct the total of the additional expenditures. I do have a question. Mrs. Leary also brought it up. In terms of the golf carts, do we know if it's 4-seat or 6-seat? 2 4-seats?
It is 4 seats.
And then I
Is
see,
my understanding, because town council has one that they will be using, and I was told that there would be 4 places on that, and then your all's has 4 seats also.
so we'll have
Oh, okay.
2 carts, this board right here.
Town council has 1 cart.
Okay,
Okay.
Human Relation Board has 1 cart.
Gotcha. I saw these two receipts.
You see, one is a invoice and the other is the receipt
Gotcha.
that you
Okay.
have.
Thank you.
okay, so.
And I have a copy of the rental agreement for the person that is going to be responsible for the cart that day.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any questions about the carts? And we have been made privy to the stipulations, so we are all aware of the stipulations in terms of riding the carts and before and after and the route and stuff like that. We also, yeah, that's it with that, but the budget, we're still on the budget. Did we get a chance to look? Do we have any questions? And then we also know that we just made a motion for the 250. So that should be,
Would remind you, that may hang around in there for a while because, not knowing where and the what's for that. And then someone will let me know in plenty of time that we can process it to the correct organization in adequate time. But that's not going to show on your statement. That we just sort of got to keep that up in our mind.
sounds good. So people notice it. And then, of course, it'll be in tonight's minutes, so if you wanted to reference. So it looks like, so one of these are, what we said, one is an invoice, one is a, okay. Let's see, okay, so that's it. And, yep, and so with the award promotions, those are the tags or the badges that we have for some case, and it's in the description. My, adding up the expenditures, kind of rounding it, it's, about $240 would be deducted. And that's not, and if, then when we add the 250, it would be around $500 deducted. And it was at 4,550 and 57, and then that would leave us at around 4,050 for the remainder of the fiscal year, with us still planning the roadmap.
That'd be to July 1st? Okay,
And then July 1st, the new.
okay.
So the board will have, a few more moments to review. If anyone has any questions about the budget or about the expenditures.
Just one. Sam's. Okay. Just together. This is correct. Yeah, this is for the Halloween.
And while we are looking at the budget, I just want to make sure that every board member receives a new shirt or a shirt, that we want to make sure every board member has a human relations, a board shirt. I don't know if our alternate member, have, Dr. Daniels has one, but if you need one, just let us know.
I think the ones that were left were kind of large.
Yes.
Oh, well, I need one. I guess I'll have to get a large one because I still have to make arrangements with you. I forgot to kind of call and get that shirt or send an email when you're in the office.
Yeah, they were large. They were
extra.
Yeah, they were
extra,
really
extra. They were big, like.
yeah, they were big.
Maybe I'll sign in the back.
So
I was stylish.
I got you.
So, and then just moments whenever you all are ready to move on, but take your time. Mr. Bottoms, are you good?
Yes, ma'am, no question.
So, after reviewing the budget, I think it's safe to say that the board is comfortable with what is totaled now. I don't think we need to, or do we need to make a motion on us being comfortable with it? But we have reviewed it and we, matched expenditures and we feel comfortable with it.
I don't think a motion is required, and
Thank you. And so the next item is items for discussion. Of course, is the Halloween Fright Fest participation that we have planned to be in or to participate in. Is there any questions with regards to the details? I know for one, we do have candy. Vice Chair Carmen went and she purchased the candy, so we have tons of candy. We have our table. I'm going to, I shouldn't have assumed, but if we are in the parade and we are part of the participation, will we designated a spot, or how does that work? Or should I get up with Rebecca?
Rebecca would answer that. It is
Okay.
my understanding that there is a spot designated for you all, but that needs to be clarified with
Yeah.
Rebecca.
No. We can, and that probably will be at, I don't know how the 360 Golf Company is, but we would like to decorate it. And
They
I don't
will-
know if that's a tradition or how does that work?
My understanding is they'll be located at A.G. Cox, probably in the front, middle of the afternoon or so, and available for decoration, as long as there's no damage to the, anything can be, I assume, tied on or whatever, just as long as, they're not gonna let you drill it or anything.
Especially if we get something, Halloween.
That's good. What time is the parade? What time does it start?
We had, so I was sent like, I think Miss Rebecca sent like an itinerary of it. I would have to go and then forward it. But off the top of your head, Mr. Harvey, at the top of your, off the top of your head, could you share what is the typical time for the start of the parade? Do you know?
The Fright Fest runs from 3 to 6, and the
Gotcha,
parade will
yeah.
start at 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Also, to go back to the actual Fright Fest, so when I,
Wait a minute.
because when I spoke with, Ms. Cavendish, she was saying that we had to complete an application to have an actual spot.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we did that.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I apologize. I did complete the application on behalf of the board. It was approved. She's confirmed that we're part of the parade, we're part of the event, because there was two applications. One to just participate and one to be a part of the parade. And so I completed both of them, both were approved. The cart was paid for, everything has went through. But in terms of like the spot, there's probably gonna be something labeled for us at the spot because it's our first time participating in it. Decorated, we have candy, we don't have candy bags. I don't know, remember we talked that we don't know if we wanna give it to children in bunches or get some bags to hand out. And I know Miss Leary was mentioning like bags before, so we still have time.
We actually need candy for Fright Fest and the parade, I would
Yes. How does that?
And we need a game for
And
the
that's-
table.
That's why I was
Something.
thinking about the bag at Fright Fest and just but we definitely, they pass out candy at Fright Fest, right? And don't they throw candy at the parade?
I would think so, because I've never
I've
been.
never been to the parade, but I know at the Fright Fest, they have candy and games kind of for the tables.
I'm quite sure they're throwing candy at the parade, so we probably gonna need more. We'll need more.
For 500 people.
That might be good, or we could get another one, because we might
Depends on how
feel
you throw it.
happy about that, and we might wanna make the children happy.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I do.
Yeah. Right.
Which brings up a good point. Sometime before 5 o'clock tomorrow, I would need somebody to come and get that. And if you're gonna use the table and the chairs and the tent, and pick those up from Town Hall, because Town Hall will close at 5 tomorrow.
So, yeah, I don't mind. I'll be out of school, and so I'll come and pick those items up. And then in terms of getting additional candies, I'll probably need to get the card to buy because we did not measure or factor in the parade. So, and then perhaps I can get the card back to you with the receipt, however that needs to work.
Yeah, if that's running to where it can't, of course, all we need is a receipt back if somebody fronts the money on it, and it clearly designates what it's for. If you get additional candy, and because I would need the card, if you used the card, one of the town cards, you'd have to get it back to me for the end of the day.
So I'm going to elect to pick up the card, go make the purchase, and get it back to you because school dismisses at about 2:15, 2:30. That'll give me time to come straight here and take care of that business. So we can have all that done. we'll do it as well. Thank you.
And a game or
I
prizes?
have a game.
Okay, what's the game?
It can be cornhole, it can be ring toss. If y'all just want to buy a game.
Oh, no, your game sounds
But
good.
y'all want cornhole? Okay.
So candy bags, and decorations. Anything else? And whatever is purchased, it'll be documented and somebody will get the receipt. Is there any other discussion in terms of our participation? Again, all applications were submitted and approved, and I think I included everyone on my correspondence thus far, if you want to go back and recheck. But I will make sure when I get home that everyone was on it, including Dr. Daniel. If not, we are going to close that window, and we are at the item in terms of board member general comments at this time.
If you guys want to have the survey at the Fright Fest as well.
But I don't know how much participation we would get, only because it's kind of, I mean, we could
I'm
have the
just asking.
QR code. I think
Okay.
it's for those who want to participate, we kind of maybe put that on the table.
Okay.
But I think people may stay away from my table if we
You think
pass
so?
it out. I don't know.
No, I'm saying, because I know we discussed it like 2
Last
meetings
time.
ago, so I
Yeah.
just wanted to know if I needed to, make sure we had that available.
Maybe the
Always
QR
have
code.
it,
Okay.
Because the Fright Fest to me wouldn't be too much different than the Fright Fest.
I think like an ongoing survey, like for whatever events we are, and like you said, the QR code, they could just do that
No paperwork. just
if
QR
they
code.
elect to,
Yeah.
and that'll just send the data in. Because it might, for different events, you might get a different perspective from people.
I think we should always have a QR code, at least on the table, and we're decorating the table.
Yes.
So when will we do that? Because we haven't talked about the details as far as, are we gonna
When
get
we're
like,
coming.
So
just the
and it's
logistics of everything?
so the parade is at 6, but the event is from 3 to 6. So I'm gonna assume that the cart is available, the spot is available at about maybe 1 or 2. I think we should probably get there before it starts, maybe 1 or 2 to, right? What say the board, Mr. Bottoms? What say you?
I'm gonna be out of town. I have,
Okay.
a going away service I go to in New Bern.
Understand. So, we will have, Ms. Roach will, not be able to participate as well as she shared that with us. So it will be, and Councilman Robertson, she will be part of the town council, but
If I
You-
get on
you-
anything.
come,
Come on
just
over.
come back and forth with us.
Come on
We
over.
gonna want you over with us from time to time.
I said, that's what my difference. Town of Winterville, poster board, so you know what the table is. It'd be great if y'all had some pictures.
Of
Just general.
different pictures. And I think you made one last.
We have one picture, but I think we
For the watermelon festival.
we did.
Yeah, we had a nice time.
Yeah, we could do a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did briefly.
It was one of those foldables. I think
Briefly.
We had it there the second day.
We did. It was
First
there.
day, we was getting our thoughts straight.
It was there briefly, but I think we can do better the next, just go round.
Because when all of us was there, we were like, it would be nice to have a sign. And then Vice Chair brought one, and it was nice. And when people were walking by, they were like, oh, okay, that's who y'all are. Hey. So, but if there's any more discussion, I will be ensuring that all of the correspondence is forwarded, which I believe I've done already. But tomorrow, I will be picking up the items. I will be purchasing additional candy bags, decorations, as well as paper, something to hold things together without damaging the golf cart, but for the table. And of course, we have a cooler as well. Probably need water to go in the cooler. Any other thoughts, discussions, because it's very valuable to what we're doing and our presence there.
So we setting up at 2? That's the.
Oh,
It starts at 3.
It start at 3. It's from 3 to 6 and then.
Okay.
If the board wishes, I'll talk to, up here at Town Hall and see what they can do as far as for the next event, for some signage for us.
That would be great.
Really does a good job in making signs. It would be for another event, not this.
That's, if I may take your lead there into another, this sort of segue into that. The Christmas parade is just around the corner, which is on Saturday, December 13, 2025 at 2 p.m. This year, the town is getting a float for the voluntary boards. Now, when I say that, that means all the different voluntary boards. And I know he's going to be preparing a sign for that, but it's going to be float size, so I know that. But I'm sure he can, in the future, we can try to see if that's possible for that. Each voluntary board will be able to have 2 representatives. So I reckon it can be decided at a later meeting. It would have to be next meeting because the parade's before the December meeting. And it's only voluntary board members, no children and others, because it's such a limited number, so that every board can have a representative on the flag.
But as far as if we wanted to enter a vehicle that had our banner on it, could we do that as well?
That's totally separate, but you would need to, when they get up time for entries and everything, that would, be another whole thing. But the town has procured, and nothing will come out of your all's budget for that. And I think they're even going to have candy on that float for the volunteer boards to distribute. I'll verify that before next month.
But I think it's great for us to have something as human relations, for our events, that we have coming in the future. So people can know who we are.
I'll ask Willie about a sign for the Human Relations Board. You can get the magnetic signs, those squares that you just put on your cars. You can make them, and we could get a pair of those. Just human relations, one of the Human Relations Board, and
Like a banner, yes, ma'am. That's what
What
I mean.
did you
A
say?
banner.
A banner,
you'd rather have a
A
banner.
banner.
because then like at the table, like, then
Like
you
a
could
table.
put the
I think
banner.
a banner.
She was talking about putting on the card.
Oh,
She was talking about the card, the magnetic where you stick to the.
Oh.
You'd rather have a
For the
banner.
parade.
I don't know about a banner,
I'm
but
gonna
I'll
show you
ask.
right now.
But what you're saying, it wouldn't be ready by Sunday, right?
No, I'm talking about for the next event. No, you're not gonna be, I wouldn't ask him to have it ready by then. because I
So-
think that would be very unfair.
Right.
Yeah.
We're looking
Put it on
for
our table.
something that
I'ma show her.
wherever we set up a table at, we can have that
Oh, I
banner,
like that, yeah.
you know.
But I know what you're talking about, but I'm asking, would you want me to ask him to do something for us? Because
Sure.
I know he
could we
can
get
do
both of
that.
He could get the banner too. Could we get both products?
I don't know if he can do the banner, but we'll leave it there. You understand? I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Uh-huh. But I haven't seen anything like that that he's made, but I do know that he can make the, magnetic signs for your car.
Okay.
And you can have those, on your cars, on your, like you
Something
were
like
saying, could we have a car?
Mhm.
Yes, you can have a car and put that on it, and everything, so.
Our tent, you know how the funeral home always have their name on their tent? Why not we just put our name on our tent?
I can get that branded, I just have to have the item.
That's a great idea.
But we have a tent,
Yeah, so I'm
so if we can just get,
It has to be within the time frame like that we're not using it, cause like Ms. Robinson said, most people are not gonna do like 24-hour turnaround.
right,
So
But-
I probably can get it done before,
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
with the table to match it. I like that.
Table cover the man. I think that would be a good, well,
See,
it ain't none of my business, but I can't vote on it. But it would be a good investment.
see, we can get the table off like that,
To
and
match
then the tent to match it.
yeah, we have a tent already.
Everything,
Some things
yes.
just need to make- Yeah, put the name on the tent.
Okay, you said something about Christmas, I was thinking about that. In plans for Christmas. It's an all-day thing, so you can actually have a table. Your Christmas, have the thing over there. You can actually have a table
In the market square.
in the market square. You can have a table with a game to it, just like you do there, play a game and win a prize.
Excuse me, and speaking of Christmas, are we gonna do anything that we did last year, pass out blankets to the elders? You know,
On the
last year,
season of giving,
yes.
that, it was great to do. I think it's a wonderful idea. And now that you brought it up, Mr. Bottoms, perhaps we could, because next time we meet, it's gonna be Thanksgiving.
Right.
I think it's a wonderful idea, but I think we just need time to actually maybe show the other board members how it looked, what we did, and then maybe we can, definitively vote on it next time, and then get that ordered, and then give them out. It's sort of like an annual thing for the season of giving, because I think the elderly in Winterville really cherished those blankets. They loved it. It was an excellent way to launch out into the community, and some of them tell me they've used it all year. Yes.
But how many of them died? One died. I know Mr. Williams.
Mr. Williams died, and remember, we went to him and my next door neighbor, he passed away, but his wife they still use it.
Miss
and
Four
cherish
Lines
it.
is, from what I understand, she's on the hospice care.
But they really cherish those blankets, so I think just doing it again, and then identifying even some more elderly would be good. It was excellent.
And my next question, because the fourth Thursday of in the next 2 months are holidays.
I think that's what Mr. Harvey was saying.
If you
before.
take a look at the bottom of your agenda, I think it was last meeting or meeting before, those dates were established by motion, and were in the minutes that set those.
Yep. The next meeting would be on the 29th, and then the December meeting would be on the 18th.
So next on Saturday.
Yeah, that's all about.
Oh, 29th is on Saturday.
No, then
I apologize, I got those all screwed up.
So 18th is on First one's
Let me correct those in your, for yourself.
Oh, both ones.
May have gotten them backward. It is the 20th of November, Thursday, the 20th.
right.
I hit the 9 instead of the 0.
November 20th.
And I think the 18th is
It's on a
correct.
Thursday. Yeah, it's the week before Christmas.
Okay.
18th.
So that is
Yeah,
correct.
so both on the week before the holiday.
Yes, that is correct. That was the thinking of the board. I apologize for that typographical error. The next month's meeting will be on Thursday, the 20th.
And then when we come, we'll be readily prepared to, I guess, tie things together in terms of the Christmas season of giving. But when we think about meeting on the 20th and Thanksgiving is the next week, do we want to think about, and we don't have to, but think about maybe doing something for a family or doing something for a youth, or I don't know. Just in terms of being thankful, we don't have to, but that, just want to mention it. And if not, we could just direct our focus to Christmas and put energy in that, because that'll give us some additional time.
A small investment might be to partner with the chamber and their, they do Thanksgiving baskets. Because that's something that they do, and I know, we all know the price of everything's gone up. So we know the prices of their boxes go up. They get a box, they usually get a box from Publix. And it's got, the turkey's already done, pie and the fixings all. And I don't know how much the boxes are now, but that might be something we might want to consider. Just that, I know it seems like I'm saying, okay, we got these things going, but if it's like with that, we haven't planned, but we got to do all this stuff for Halloween, and then we got the stuff going on for Christmas. That would be an easy way for us to tie in to that. And have our name out there. You know,
If the board wants to do it. My question would be, how does that look? If it's a box, is it a box we're gonna do per family if we're collaborating?
they go to the schools and get referrals from the social workers.
So
Okay.
that's
And
being
everything.
given
So
to
we
So
families.
they,
that they're going
the
to
social
someone that
workers
needs it.
come to the depot and pick those boxes up. Sam's actually donates pies for each family, but everything else is in a box, you know, and, you know, like a sealed box, and they have those boxes down there. Even if we don't, I would invite you all, if you can, on the day that they're putting it together and distributing it, come down there and see how it works. Even if, you know, we don't partner, come and see how that works. It's amazing, those social workers come and pick up 10, 15 boxes, like with your organization, Jack and Jill, if you had a couple of families you wanted to refer, you would refer them to the chamber, and then you come and pick up that group of boxes. So it's really, it's an interesting thing to watch, and it's most interesting to see all those boxes in there, you know, just the generosity of our community.
That sounds really well, especially with how, you know, the government has shut down and resources are gonna get really tight for people. So if there's already a need in that area, there's gonna be a greater need. So I think that is something we definitely should discuss. And you said you just didn't know like how much they were?
How much the
The
boxes
boxes
are.
were.
I don't know how much they were last year.
That would be
Because
good
then
to
that would
know.
take a strain off of us funding our whole
Whole dinner, but,
thing.
and then if we find out the prices per box, maybe we could help
3 or
3
4.
families, 5 families, depending on, and it's already made, it'll be from us. And then we could also be present. But I'm thinking we would have to get up with, and
He's looking for the price last year. I'll contact her. I gotta set up a group for you all. I don't have a group for that. That's why I have to send it to him and get him to send it. I'll contact her about the boxes and, price on the box.
And then I guess we'll get like particulars, like this specific date, the date when they're distributing and stuff, so we can know ahead of time. I'm quite sure it's gonna be right before Thanksgiving or a week or so before, like when we meet, something like that.
Let's
Maybe
just,
that Saturday, the 22nd, perhaps. Gregory, Mr. Bottoms, Ms. Roach, are y'all okay with that idea for the boxes?
I think that's a good idea.
Sounds great.
And then, Mr. Harvey, I guess we would have to make a motion on it, so we're awaiting you, looking for the price per box tentatively, and then we'll know, and then we can make a motion and then have that, I guess, in process.
So how many family are we gonna try to, you decide,
We
three?
were trying to see how much they were and then go
Per
from
box.
there.
Or if we look at the budget, how much can we comfortably spend, and then,
Because of course, if a box is 25 compared to 50.
Hundred,
Right.
and we gonna pull back some.
yeah.
And if they are 100, Aldi does have a special where they have the whole Thanksgiving meal for $40,
They do,
including the turkey.
they do, Walmart has.
I think that's about what they've been doing.
They have the turkey, they have the fixins, they have.
About
everything.
that price, you're right. And they,
It's supposed to be able to feed like.
but that was why,
200.
that was why they went Publix, because it was the price.
They call it their Thanksgiving Meals Initiative. Trying to read and get the information at the same time. What it says, of course, you can give any amount, they accept any amount, but one meal costs $75, feeds a family of 8, including spiral ham, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and green beans.
Is it cooked already?
Yes.
So we would pick it up maybe the
You wouldn't have to,
Thanksgiving morning or the day before? How does
you
that
wouldn't,
work?
you wouldn't pick it up. I told you.
They
I-
come to get it.
What they, the chamber gets them all to the depot. The social workers in the schools distribute them. Like, you're a social worker, like you working at school, you know the families.
Sure.
If you say, I got 8 families and you come and you pick up 8 dinners, complete dinners, and you take them to the family. So the families don't come.
So okay, so the social worker comes and we're there to greet the social worker, give it to the,
And
you
help
know,
load the cars.
And my question is the food, the meal prepared already?
Correct.
So it's gonna be delivered to them on Thanksgiving? Or the
They
day
give to
before?
them like the last day of school or whatever. Whatever, something, I don't know. Hmm?
She would just
Ma-
reheat it?
Maybe reheat it, because if it's given
You
out.
know the parent, well, you gotta reheat the stuff. I mean, you know what I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about.
But
You know,
I
but,
guess
but,
she trying to
it'll
ask
be
like, how
close-
long is this
close
gonna be
enough.
good?
you don't have, okay, you, the chamber gets it from Publix.
Yes.
They bring it to the depot. The Pitt County Schools social workers come to the depot and pick up the number that they have.
So
or
it's
whatever
a same day
agency.
action.
Just
Pick up
like if you
same
said
day.
for your agency, you knew you had a family was really in need, and you heard about these dinners, and you contact Rebecca and you say, well, I got 3 I'd like to have. When you come pick up that 3, we through with it.
We done with it, so it's
We
up to
done with
them to get it to
It's
the
up to
families
you,
in a
social
decent
worker,
amount of
to
time.
get it distributed.
Gotcha.
And
But it's, you know, it's stuff that all they have to do is eat. No heavy cooking like cooking a turkey or nothing like that. Whatever's up there is already done. They don't have to do like the rest of us, put the turkey in the oven for 8 hours and all that stuff like that.
And do you know if it's because it's, I guess, an organization, is it at a reduced cost, or is everyone
I
paying
think
the
they
same?
give them a bargain.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they get them.
Yeah.
And normally their schools are out that Tuesday. Normally they get out that Tuesday. They don't typically go to school on Thursday or that Wednesday. So 9 out of 10 times, the social worker will pick it up either that Monday or Tuesday. Because when school get out, social worker get out.
Right.
Most people don't,
It's food. I mean,
most people don't eat Thanksgiving food on Thanksgiving. There's a lot of organizations that's having Thanksgiving meal the 7th of next month. There's a church having theirs on the 7th of next month. There's another church having theirs, I forgot the other dates. But there's quite a few organizations that's giving out Thanksgiving meal, but not on Thanksgiving Day. And this organization is not giving out the meals on Thanksgiving Day.
Correct.
yeah, it's not on Thanksgiving Day.
So again, $75 is the cost, but I thought I heard, Mr. Harvey, you said you could make a donation of any amount?
You can make the way it's set up, you can make a donation of any amount. They just say that $75 covers a meal that I stated, the different foods that I stated for family of 8.
Did you say turkey and ham? Or
No, just ham.
Just ham.
No turkey.
No, ma'am.
And can we give can we say we want to help 3 families, or can we give how does that work?
If you wanted to help, let me do easier math than 3. If you want to help 2 families, you donate $150. 75 for each if you wanted to do family. If you just wanted to give $100, then you can give $100, and then there's $25 that say 2 other people gave $25. That would be enough for another family.
Okay.
But we will be partnering with the chamber, correct? So I guess we would just get with.
This is the Chamber's Thanksgiving Meals Initiative.
Oh, the chambers, I thought that was on like a Publix website, okay.
And this is the Winterville Chamber, not Greenville or anything else.
And when we partner with them, will it be shared that in collaboration with the Winterville Human Relations Board or Winterville Human Relations Board in collaboration with them? We want to ensure that we are, we'll be there, but we want to ensure that it's shared, that we are a part of this giveaway, this initiative.
We took some pictures the year I went out there and helped them. We took pictures. And so that might be something that we would want to do, is when we volunteer, take pictures with the chamber. And so that the pictures that will be submitted will have our, designation with it too. I've done it a couple of years, go out there and help some, whatever I could do. Lift nothing. But, that's a lot of it, is the lifting and getting the stuff out. That would be, but that would be, if we did donate to it, I would say, make sure that we get pictures, with the boxes or the chamber, or toting the boxes out, or putting the boxes in, whatever you do, so it could be noted.
Post them in the Winterville group.
Because he could put it on the newsletter, along with, it could go on the newsletter, it could go in the newspaper. Quite sure. I know that the Aiden paper is always looking for something. I forget, what's the name of it now? Standard. They're always looking for things. I guess so. That could be something that we publicize.
Do we have a date for that, Mr. Hoffman? For this, what's the date?
They need the donations by November 20th, which is our meeting date. And let me see, it does say here, we collect donations during the month of November and purchase pre-cooked Thanksgiving meal boxes from Lowe's Foods. That was asked earlier. And designed to feed a family of 8 with the funds raised. A couple of days before Thanksgiving, we pick up dozens of these meal boxes and pass them out to the names on our list.
I was asking for the date because I would volunteer to help out on that if I knew the date.
Excuse me?
That's how I would like to volunteer to help pass out.
Oh, that's.
Is there a date?
Yeah, we'll
Is
go
there
with
a
another date. Whatever
definite
date. I
date?
like-
Nothing more than that. I think we would coordinate with Rebecca how
Find out.
our volunteers could assist them the best.
So we could even if we don't get volunteering, we can.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I always look
That's
good.
up for
Pass
discussion.
out. And then in the meantime, we could just let her know we would like to be present and help volunteer, help carry boxes, help greet social workers, and then it won't cost us anything unless we want to donate 1 or 2 boxes. That's up to the board.
Donate too.
Yeah, we want to just volunteer for right now. We'll just put ourselves, we would like to volunteer for now. And then if we start feeling like more lovingly and more givingly, because we want to, but we want to explore how does this look. Right now, because we already doing. So we would like to volunteer at this time. And we'll reach out to Ms. Cavanis and let her know. Mr. Bottoms, in the meantime, we'll find out that definite date because we don't even have that now. So we could all know what date and what time to be there. That, I guess that'll be coming out. She'll let us know ahead of time. Do we need to make a motion to say we want to volunteer? Right. Is there any other comments from the board members?
Well, we have our big giveaway and dinner on the 15th of November. We should be starting our serving at 11 o'clock in Mount Shallow
Okay.
on Boyd
Oh,
Street.
okay. November 15th, at
November
what time?
15th, it starts at 11. And, we start giving out dinners at 11 o'clock. And, all we're asking anyone to do is that we, in the past, we have given as many as 8 extra plates to speak. So we're asking that you get a plate for yourself and only 1 other plate. Because of the fact that, well, just in 8 plates, you might be eating 8 days, whereas, whatever. So we are gonna have, those plates. I think it's gonna be turkey and ham, of course, with string beans and cranberry and stuff like that. And it starts at 11. And we will have, and we're gonna have a giveaway, so if you go through your closet and got some stuff you don't want, bring it on out there. Be a swap fest or whatever. We'll do that, on that day. I think that's. No, we got that
Anybody
coming
else?
up.
Any other comments? The window is gonna close on the comments.
Well, Veterans Day, that's right. Veterans Day program. Veterans Day.
Yes, there is a Veterans Day program on Tuesday, Veterans Day. weather permitting, it'll be in front of the police station. If it rains, it'll be in the fire truck bays,
Oh, in the fire truck bay?
if it's raining.
Okay.
yes.
11, what time is it? Got, that's all right. It's in your newsletter.
November, most of the time it's at, November 11th, but
Yeah, it is on Tuesday, November 11th.
Winterville normally has this at 2 p.m., am I correct?
I think that's correct.
Because downtown Greenville, they typically have theirs at, they start at 11. Most organizations start at 11, but Winterville always have theirs at 2. And that's why if they don't participate in Greenville, they can always come here.
It was across the street.
Something that our church recognizes.
Going on.
Sunday
All right.
before.
Okay.
Also, information on the chamber's initiative is in the November town newsletter, so you're looking for additional, but basically, it's everything that I just discussed, and I'm looking, got me looking for everything tonight.
For the date.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for now, and I thought, I did not have that information when the newsletter went out, but I've got it here. Hold one moment. It is 2 p.m. That is correct. Thank you.
What date?
Tuesday, November 11th.
Okay, we were talking about the Veterans Day. I thought we were talking about.
And and there'll be some additional information that'll be going out, and that'll go out to, on town, media outlets and social media. It has not been provided to me, and we don't sponsor that. It is sponsored by one of the others, and I'll be getting it as soon as I can to try to push it out.
Any more discussion? And before we adjourn, I would like to read the mission statement again of the Winterville Human Relations Board and the purpose in which we are here. And that is located right under where it says adjourn. And it says promoting a community of whole person wellness, dignity, safety, equity, and inclusion for all citizens of Winterville. And I hope that our meeting and discussions, planning, and just the fruitful conversations we had tonight is a reflection of the mission statement. And with that being said, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn?
We have a motion by Mr. Bottoms. Do we have a second?
A second.
And we have a second by Vice Chair Carmen. Can we have a vote and show of favor for that motion? And we have a unanimous vote, and the meeting is adjourned. Sounds good.